Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Alexa Hernandez.
And I'm Leah Brache. Today is March 25th, 2021. Traveling due to the pandemic has become very severe, and many restrictions have been implemented in order to reduce the rates of infection and prevent the spread. As a result, tourism revenue has decreased, and some countries are desperately promoting deals in order to lure vacationers and make profit.
But because people do not have the same sanitization routines or the same views when referring to the pandemic, then it results in individuals lying, omitting whether they have tested positive for the virus. Europe is making it obligated to have a COVID passport in order to ensure the safety of their citizens and have as much control over tourists as possible. Here's Jessica Saura with more on these travel restrictions.
Since the beginning of the coronavirus, it's been hectic all year round, and we're still trying to navigate our ways through this pandemic. Travel sectors have taken a big hit. Safety measures have enacted a complete halt to traveling, making it very difficult to get in and out of the country, which has severely impacted their travel tourism. For example, Europe, being one of the first continents to take action and implement strict travel regulations, still have them in place, especially in their highly visited countries such as Germany, France, UK, Italy, and Spain, where their travel is still prohibited. Due to this phenomenon, as many countries have slightly lifted COVID restrictions, they quickly got on a jump and began offering deals, such as cheaper flights. Or, if you book a hotel for 3 days, they allow you to stay another 2 for free, because they need to reimburse their tourism revenue. And of course, some people have made a quick haste because of how desperate they are to feel normality, even if it's for a few days, to the point where they may have not taken the best safety measures when doing traveling again. And this was one of the biggest concerns when lifting restrictions again. Therefore, countries such as England are now wanting to establish the implementation of a COVID passport when traveling. This will be a necessary document that shows proof that a person has tested negative, and if they have gotten vaccinated against COVID. This will then enable a person to travel freely if needed, but if the person doesn't have the documentation, they will not be allowed to travel.
As the pandemic reaches its 1 year anniversary, the closer it also gets to spring break. And as much as we want to reach normalcy, we still have to cooperate in order to prevent the spread of the virus.
Not all hope should be lost when wanting to enjoy your spring break. Places have adjusted themselves in order to be COVID friendly, and others were strictly made in order to comply with the CDC guidelines in order to prevent the spread. Here's Elizabeth Grana with more on spring break activities.
Spring break is right around the corner. A few years back, everyone would go out by going to parties, going to the beach, or by traveling. Now, however, we have COVID and that leads to some restrictions. Let's not let this affect us while we stay safe but have an enjoyable time. One of the main recommendations is not to associate with a group larger than 10 people. If you are going traveling during this week, there are stricter rules and procedures. Make sure to know the COVID-19 testing and quarantine requirements of where you're going before any action is taken. For example, in Arizona, there aren't exactly any travel restrictions or quarantine requirements, but a 14-day self-quarantine is recommended for the people traveling out of the state. At this time, some news channels are saying that Florida spring breakers have forgotten that there is a pandemic. Back in Miami Beach, some policemen had to shoot pepper balls to separate groups of people that were surrounding them while they were trying to make sure civilians were staying safe. There are complaints about people trying to go wild even with the virus still around. Some places you can go during the break could be a public park, a drive-in movie, or a vacation home. In the park, it is outdoors, so usually it's much safer since it's out in the open. A drive-in movie is just you and the people you're comfortable with in the car. A vacation home will also be you and the people you are comfortable being around while still being able to have different experiences. If you do follow all the rules and procedures given, there should be a less likely chance of getting sick. Take your test, stay away from too many people, wear a mask, and stay clean and sanitized. So, this spring break, make sure to have fun, but please stay safe.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at GHB_TV.
And tune into our YouTube channel on Fridays at 10:20 a.m.
Remember to make it happen
with Braddock
with
TV.
Braddock TV.